Kenya yangu ngao yangu na upinga ufisadi ongo mbali rushwa mbali sana.
The war against corruption in Kenya has taken a new direction. It is uncompromising in approach and sustained in its tenacity. Numerous cases have been won, and this has motivated the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to adopt asset recovery as a key strategy to fight corruption in Kenya. Asset recovery refers to the task of recovery of assets that have been wrongfully taken, either stolen, fraudulently misappropriated, or otherwise disposed of to remove them from their rightful owner. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Asset Recovery Strategy aims at the development of an effective strategy for obtaining criminal conviction and recovering the proceeds that were illegally acquired. A welcome departure from past experiences.
When you drive in a rough road full of potholes, that is a product of corruption. When you go to a hospital, there's no proper medical care. That is a result of corruption. When you go to a school where it has no facilities, that is a result of corruption.
The drive against corruption is about social justice. And social justice is concerned with the just relationship between individuals and their society, often considering how privileges, opportunities, and wealth ought to be distributed among individuals. But now, things are changing. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, Eacc, is determined to not only pursue retributive justice for the corrupt, but it has also focused on restorative justice.
The main desire of corruption is to accumulate wealth. So what we do, our priority is now to go and take back that wealth that we have acquired illegally back to the government or back to the public.
We have an intelligence production department at the Commission. Their job basically is to identify corruptly acquired assets or money, assets being also money, that have either been corruptly acquired or are about to be corruptly acquired.
We identify what you have accumulated or what you have grabbed, and we take you through a process. We have to ask you to explain how you got that property, and if the explanation is not proper, we have two ways of dealing with the situation. One, we take you to court. But before we take you to court, we request you either to accept an ADR, what you call an alternative dispute resolution, whereby we take you through a process and you surrender that property or you surrender that wealth, and it goes back to the public.
The asset recovery agenda is a multi-agency undertaking.
We have had a wonderful achievement of our work in the fight against corruption by working under the multi-agency team. That is the DPP's office, the KRA, the DCI, and even the judiciary. That these factors that brings these people together makes our work efficient.
The corrupt in Kenya mainly target public land and money. Eacc has made strides in the recovery of both types of fraudulent assets.
This is Uhuru Gardens, Mombasa City. It had been grabbed by a private developer. This is one of the property that was recovered by Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. It is valued at 620 million current market rate.
This is part of the judiciary land. As you can see, we are Kisumu Judiciary Law Courts. Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission recovered this parcel of land and part of where the building is, and the other parcel behind this building, both belonging to the judiciary. The value of this property is around 830 million shillings. And through a court process, we were able to recover this land.
We have recovered 27 government houses valued at 157.8 million shillings.
The plots behind me has been recovered by the commission. It had been made a private parking lot where citizens were paying parking to that person, and the parcel is valued at Kenya shillings 150 million.
I'm studying at Nganjoni dispensary compound. And this is a property that has been illegally alienated by a private developer. The property currently is valued beyond 60 million shillings.
We were able to recover this particular parcel of land, which is now going to be reverted back to the rightful owner, who is government, and more so the people of Malindi, who are going to be direct beneficiaries, and roughly goes for around a market value of 60 million shillings.
Our process of investigation led us to recover approximately quarter an acre through the alternative dispute resolution, measuring approximately 8 million shillings. The land is in section 58. It was reserved for construction of a primary school.
We are here at Taifa Park. As you can see, this is one of the properties Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has recovered. It's worth around 370 million shillings.
We are at Ngei Estate, Nakuru. Here the commission recovered 3 houses and parcels of land. The 3 properties are cumulatively valued at a price of Kenya shillings 39.2 million.
I'm standing on a public access road to the seafront in Chanzu. This road that stretches for around 300 meters had been hived off for private use.
Where I'm standing now is a public land which belongs to Malindi Marine National Reserve. The land parcel here is about half an acre, and the market price, the current price is 40 million shillings, and currently the land has been reverted back to Marine National Reserve.
We have made a recovery of 825.65 hectares of land for the research from various individuals. That land is worth 8.67 billion shillings.
This piece of land measuring about 2 acres is the property of KWS. They used to have access all the way to the road, but sometimes back in 2010, this place was grabbed by private developers. The estimated value then was 250 million. The court granted us our wish, and finally this reverted to KWS.
The Commission has also recovered 4.9 acres of land belonging to the University of Nairobi, valued at 2 billion shillings. The former mayor's house in Nairobi, over 20 units of houses in Woodley Estate, Karatina Police Station, among other key recoveries.
It's through the court process that the court determines whether those others were corruptly acquired or unlawfully acquired. And once we get a judgment, we execute.
Numerous cases of corruption by individuals in high office are currently ongoing.
Currently, the Commission has charged several former governors and current sitting governors on charges against corruption. We have the governor of Busia, who has been charged. Former governor, I think, of Nyandarua, if I'm not wrong, he has been charged. We have the governor of Samburu, the current governor of Samburu, who has been charged. We have the governor of Kiambu, and there are quite a number of county governors that are on the radar of the Commission.
Corrupt individuals have also been known to launder the money and stash it in jurisdictions outside the borders of Kenya. These cases require a high level of financial investigation expertise, but the EACC has been proactive in finding remedies.
We have to go through the country or the law enforcement agencies that are entitled or empowered to do what we do here in the country.
First of all, we have to have what we call, mutual legal assistance agreements with the various governments. So it means those safe havens are no longer safe. So as a commission, as a government, we are keen so that that money, if it is not taken to Europe, we need to be very careful so that it is not taken to, say, another African country or to the Asian countries.
Resulting from these initiatives, the EACC is leading other nations in the East and Central African region in the realm of asset recovery.
I would say Kenya, we have tried in terms of this, in terms of asset recovery, because we have successes which can be identified. And in terms of comparison with other jurisdictions, I would say we have made some good strides, because we have in the past hosted various countries who have come to benchmark with the Commission in terms of asset recovery. And that gives us an indication that we are doing something which probably we are ahead of other countries.
EACC has developed a process that is optional to corruption culprits, that is faster, ensures privacy, yet leads to the attainment of the objective of asset recovery.
Well, in the process of court proceedings, parties may hope to negotiate, and the law allows, and even the Constitution allows the Commission to engage in alternative dispute resolution mechanisms.
ADR, what you call the alternative dispute resolution, it works. It's an alternative to the lengthy judicial process that people are taken to court, and it takes a long time for a case to be determined. So when a culprit or a suspect accepts to be dealt through the alternative dispute resolution, he comes into negotiation with the Commission officially. If he has a lawyer, the lawyer will write to the Commission, and the Commission will start engaging that person. And he will sign some consent accepting that he is willing to surrender if it is a piece of land or if it is ill-acquired wealth, and the Commission recovers that property, or if it is money.
Those who have grabbed public land, those who have grabbed schools, those who have grabbed police stations, those who have grabbed the utility grounds for recreational facilities, kindly come to Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. We have alternative dispute resolution, which is anchored in the law, and return the grabbed land.
If there is nowhere to hide money acquired through corruption, thereby making it impossible to use it to create a luxurious lifestyle, many potentially corrupt persons will not be motivated to engage in the vice. These successes would not have been possible without the goodwill that the EACC is enjoying.
I would just wish that that political will gets sustained, that even as we proceed on to 2022, this political climate is not disturbed, because that's very crucial.
All these efforts notwithstanding, they would be rendered ineffective without the cooperation of the judiciary. In the past, Kenyans have been treated to high drama in the courts with regard to suspected corruption without convictions or asset recoveries. The asset recovery agenda comes with its own unique set of challenges.
We operate under a very constrained condition in terms of human capacity, in terms of budget. Even those cases that we have done informal enforcement, they take time to be sorted out, and it has a backlash from the public that they don't expect quick results. They don't see quick results. They expect very fast results. To them, if you are arrested today, they want you to be convicted tomorrow, and the third day you are actually serving a jail term, which is not the case. There's a process, judicial process.
Today, more than any other time before, the future of the war on corruption is looking bright. Kenyans have shed off their admiration of corrupt people, instead labeling them the charlatans that they are.
The public have realized glorifying people who have acquired wealth through corruption is not something that you can entertain anymore. The public is aware that the predicaments that they're facing, the common citizen, is as a result of corruption.
The public is very aware about corruption, but we want the public to continue to take another extra mile by acting. If they see corruption, they don't glorify the people who steal, they report it, and basically they can also say no in their individual capacities.
The narrative on the war against corruption is changing, and the Assets Recovery Initiative has been central in turning the tide. Patriotic Kenyans of goodwill are determined to bring this vice to an end, determined also to inspire the citizens of Kenya to once more believe in the power of good over evil and in the spirit of a better Kenya. EACC, tuangamize ufisadi, tuijenge Kenya.
Kenya yangu, ngao yangu, na upinga ufisadi, ongo mbali, rushwa mbali.